It's your boy Duntavius, aka DT. If you do not know me, my name is Duntavius Hill. I'm currently a professional high jumper training for the Paris 2024 Olympics, and I will be telling you guys how track and field changed my life. Let's get right into it. So, I'm going to start from the beginning of my athletic journey. I played football ever since I was 4 years old. So, I was still a baby. I was playing football at the age of 4 all the way up to until I was 18. That's my senior year in high school. So, played football all my life. I grew up in a football family, and I eventually started playing basketball in high school in ninth grade, and also started running track and field in the seventh grade. So I just told you guys I played three different sports, right? Football was from ages 4 all the way through, and I was always trying to make basketball teams starting in middle school but could never make it. Track and field was the first team I was ever able to truly make, and that was when I was in the seventh grade. Because I wasn't big enough for football, and I wasn't tall enough for basketball, etc., athletic enough, whatever you want to say. But I was good enough for track and field, and I ran the 400. So when I was in middle school, I was running like a 108 when I was in like seventh grade. In eighth grade, I think I got down to probably about 102. And when I was in the eighth grade, my older brother, he did track too at the school, at a high school, because he's 1 year older than me. So he was competing in the high jump because he had some balance, he could dunk. So he went out for the high jump and he ended up qualifying for state. And I believe he got second place at state his freshman year. And I was there watching. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, he literally at the state championship. Like, this ain't no slouch. Like, so I knew that whenever I got to high school, I knew I was gonna high jump. You know what I'm saying? I was going to high jump at some point. But like I said, I was a 400 runner. So the year after that, I decided, okay, I'm in ninth grade. I played on the freshman football team. I was like a third or fourth string running back, and I was like 5 feet 5 inches tall, 95 pounds. And I was like, oh. Then I went for the basketball team. I tried to make it. I didn't make it, and my coach allowed me to be the manager for the team, and I was so happy just being the manager. He let me practice with the team as a manager, and I just enjoyed myself so much. My older brother was already on the team, and eventually, I think halfway through the season, the coach allowed me to be on the team because I used to practice with him every day, so he saw my development and saw that he could potentially help us on this junior varsity basketball team, and I was a 3-point shooter, so I actually did help the team, which was a great thing. We won so many games. And I was the sixth man coming off the bench. You need a three ball, I got you. But like I said, I was the manager at first. I had to pretty much work my way onto the team, and that's what happened with basketball. Then that's at the end of the year. That's when track season starts. Track season came around. I was running the 400. I think I ran a 57. I think I might have been on a 4x4 too, something like that. I was on a 4x4. And there was one junior varsity meet that we had that year, one JV meet where I was able to actually enter into the high jump because my mark wouldn't have been good enough to enter any other time. And I ended up competing and I jumped 4 feet 8 inches. It was a co ed competition, so I did lose to girls in that competition, you know. But I was confident in what I did because I feel like I had a good technique when I was going over the bar, you know. I feel like I had good technique going over, regardless of what my approach might have looked like back then. But and that is the start of my high jump journey. Um, so like I was saying, I wasn't good at football, basketball, or really track from when I was 14 and 15 years old. 15 years old, I just wasn't great. I was never truly the man in sports like ever except for the time I had an opportunity when I was in the eighth grade, when I didn't make the football team, I was able to compete on the little league team. I played down. I was 1 year older than everybody, the majority of my competitors, because I played one more year of little league where most of the guys would go to play middle school, and that was my freshman year. And then sophomore year, more of the same. Played football, basketball, track season at the end of the year. Then track season came around. Ooh, back out there shining on my own. Well, me and my older brother, so he was still jumping. He was a junior. I was a sophomore. I ended up jumping a PR 5'10" that year. I was like, oh, I got better by a foot and 2 inches. So fast forward to junior year, once again, more of the same. I'm actually still on the junior varsity football team because I wasn't good enough for varsity, and they had a lot of great receivers at the time, which the majority of them went Division One to play. My brother, one of them, included. So I was still a part of the junior varsity team in the 11th grade. Then I played basketball. I actually was on the varsity basketball team when I was in 11th grade. And then track season came around again. Track season back this year. I'm like, okay, I'm jumping consistently 5'10", 6 feet. And I end up PR and it's 6'3". My junior year, I'm like, okay, I got better again. Like I got 5 inches better this year, but I'm still steadily progressing and getting better. I made it to the state championship. I finished in fifth or sixth. I was progressively getting better each and every year. Finished my junior with a 6'3" PR. And then going into my senior year, once again, three-sport athlete, football season, not so good. We went like 3-7. Basketball season, pretty mid, even. It was like an even record, lost in the first round of the playoffs. Um, then, then track season came around. So track season was like pretty much my last hurrah of athletics, really, that was potentially in my life. It was like, okay, this is probably the last time I'm ever going to play sports right here, you know. But I turned it all around with the way I did my senior year. So my first meet of the year, I jumped 6'4". I was like, okay, I jumped an inch higher than what I did as my PR last year. I'm like, okay, I already PR'd out the gate. Next meet, 6'6", 6'8", 6'8", then 6'10", 6'10" and a quarter. Actually, it was not 6'10", it was 6'10" and a quarter. Then after that, I decided to go for the 7 feet mark. So I went 2 meets in a row, tried to jump 7 feet. I went 6'8" both times, but I would be skipping the 7 feet. And then I didn't get it. And then 3 weeks passed. Then I jumped 7 feet the week before the 7A state championship. So, yeah, I really did it. So after the 6'10" jump early on in the season, after jumping 6'4", 6'6", 6'8", and 6'10", that's when I started to get looks from colleges, different universities that wanted me to come visit the school or, be a part of the team the next year when I would be a freshman in college. But then after I jumped 7 feet, I got even more interest, even more opportunities were available for me. Um, but at the end of the day, I actually wasn't highly recruited coming out of high school. When I say I had more opportunities, I'm talking in the 3 to 5 range. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't get good until my senior year. I also didn't know how to market myself. Um, Now I do, and now I also teach that, and I will continue to teach that and share it on this channel as well. But yeah, after having such a great senior year, I had the opportunity to go to Auburn. I got a scholarship from Auburn. I took it, did my 5 years at Auburn. I became a 5-time NCAA All-American. I made 3 USA teams while competing at USA Championships, jumping in the Auburn jersey. So I made 3 USA teams, 5-time All-American, 2-time NCAA bronze medalist, and 4-time SEC medalist. Like, I had a fantastic career, and I am so thankful. I thank God for everything that He's been able to provide for me, with such a rocky athletic career, um, not ever really truly being able to exceed throughout my entire life of athletics, and finally having a breakthrough within a 3 month span of just my senior year and what was considered my third sport at the time, but was pretty much my favorite because I got to shine in it. To have such a crazy breakthrough to go from 6'4" that year to 7 feet all in 1 year, it was such a blessing, and I'm so thankful that I was able to do what I did, and I'm so grateful. But yes, guys, that was pretty much the entire progression, the entire storyline of how I ended up to being where I am now. Um, yeah, that was all of from age 14 all the way to now, which I'm 24, getting ready to prepare for the Olympics. Update, news flash, my PR is now 7'4" and a quarter. It will be much higher by the end of this year, but that's a long ways from 4A. We came a long way, but I'm glad you guys tuned into this episode, this video, and stay tuned for more. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, we out of there.